make sure I get this lighting good. I want the lighting to be right. It's just principle. You know what I'm saying? Need the lighting to be right. Yeah, y'all come on and get into this live. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's going to be in attendance on this live today. We be going in on this virtuous woman. Just to give you a little background, give you a little bit of understanding, because that's what the people need. People need that understanding. Without the understanding, it's hard to put, ideas. It's hard to put. It's hard to put it together. It's hard to make it, come together so you can be able to format some type of, plan of execution. Some type of vision. You need the understanding. And that's why a lot of people don't have the vision. Why a lot of times people can't see the vision, because they lack the understanding. So we're getting back into, the principles. We're getting back into the basic understanding of, what we're going through in these times and in these days and ages. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and shout out, everybody that's coming in on the live. Blessings to all the women, all the beautiful ladies all across, regardless of ethnicity, background, regardless of you know, race, skin complexion, hairstyle, whatever the case may be. Blessings to all the ladies today, because without y'all, with y'all, without y'all on one accord, disaccord, however the case may be, um, it's the women who, bear a great load. They bear this load of childbirth, and they bear this load of, having to, be the one. Be the one, These children come in on this planet, on this earth, and it's the women who are the first God presence of nurture and teaching and things of this nature. So it's important to be able to provide right knowledge and understanding for, our women of today to be able to walk in alignment with truth, walk in alignment with, sound understanding, to know, what's for them and what's not for them. See, we in a time now, it is matriarchal principles. The order of matriarch is what, is structured for the land, the people, the protection, the growth and the preservation of the people is based around woman and child. The standards, the value system of woman and child, and men that come together, that understand that we all have these similar values. Every man has a mother, a wife, a woman, a daughter, a sister, a cousin. You have women in your immediate family and life who you love. So to question, a man in his love, a man is constantly surrounded around all the time of women around him who he love, who he will protect, who he will do for. And this goes down from to the woman to the child, the weaker ones, not the less ones, but the weaker ones, the ones who require this protection and require these things that man can offer. A man who gives love can offer and provide. So we're gonna be getting into this virtuous woman tonight. Yeah, I want y'all to come on in. When you come into this live, if you got the, opportunity to be able to hear this information, hear this wisdom that's being conveyed to your ears, I want to make sure that you take the time to share it. Subscribe to this channel. A lot going on with the Green City, Clean City, what we're doing in the community, the way we're able to reach out to different representations of women in the community. One may have this business, one may have that business, one may have this going on, or whatever the case may be. One may be having mental issues, physical health issues, family issues, things of that nature. And our program is being established and instilled to be able to be a resource, to bring back the protection, the foundation that's required for our women to be able to show their value. Their value is their virtue. See, a man is based on honor. A woman is based on value. So value and virtue is simultaneous things, because a woman's virtue is going to signify what her value is. So we're going to be getting into it, just doing some background. I'm gonna let it build because I don't want to just jump right into it. Gotta, give some background to this. You gotta first understand who I am. You have to have the understanding of first who you're talking to. So I break down and give more clarity. I give more, understanding wherever you stand at. Wherever you stand at, that's what the divine rock is. The foundation, the rock to be able to stand upon, to put the church on. To hold the weight. So you need understanding. Guess what? I'm gonna give you something to stand on so you can be able to, get a better visual, get a little better clarity, have a better foundation of what's going on and what's being conveyed at this time. The background. See, I come from a holiness church, born and raised out of a holiness church on holiness principles. Yeah, it wasn't. I grew up, where women wore skirts. Women wasn't even allowed to wear pants. That's what I come from. Raised up out of my grandmother womb to my mother womb to myself. You know, the ways of virtue, the ways of, you know, women who believe in God and follow after God and follow after the word of God, and seek the word of God, and have favor with, the husband in their household and in their community, you know, come from that. Both my parents, both my parents, both my set of grandparents raised, married, stayed together, lived together until death do us part. Both my parents been together 30 plus years. Marriage. So growing up, seeing this representation, seeing it for myself, seeing the mannerism, seeing the day-to-day, gestures and things being done and taken care of on a consistent basis. See, when you see this and it's rooted within your bloodline and your DNA and your environment. I'm coming into the back, and so I'm doing the back history on this, because before I get into the virtuous woman and get to breaking it down, I first need you to know who you're talking to and who you're listening to right now. You're talking to yourself in your mind. In your subconscious, you're hearing this information being put into your ears, but you're talking to yourself in your mind. But you need to know who you're listening to. You know, you gotta understand who you listen to. Make sure you take a little sip of water. Get up on your tea. You know, tea slipping, never sipping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all it is. Just tea sipping, never slipping. That's what I do. I ain't slipping, I'm sipping. What you sipping on? Water, tea, fresh pressed juice. And we about to get into all that. Yeah, we about to talk about this mac and stacking fruit snacking, because I'm going into the word of God, you know what I'm saying? I will not, my language, I'm a jokes with you, I'm a laugh with you, but won't be any cussing, profanity being what I'm saying, said on this live because I need this message right here. I need this information that I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, to hit a lot of hearts and ears of the people. We ain't asking for nothing. We ain't asking for, nothing but a like and a share as we talk about this virtuous woman. And when I get to talking about this mac and stacking, fruit snacking, you're going to understand the importance of this virtuous woman, the time that we in today, and why the virtuous woman is so important and valued. And while we're not taking the time to respect and value and nurture and coach out this virtuous woman and our sisters at this time and day. So I'm gonna need to let that cool down. Woo. Yeah, that gotta cool down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, tea sipping, never slipping. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be slipping with my tongue. Man, when you burn your tongue, you burn your gums, you be so upset with yourself. Like, why did I do that? All I had to do was just wait 3 to 5 more minutes. I could have put an ice cube in it. You know, all you gotta do is drop a little ice cube in it, cool it down a little bit. But I need this. I need this in my system. But the little backdrop to me is, hey, look, I hope y'all got some time because we gonna be a good hour into this, maybe 45 minutes. I don't know, but the back history to me is I grew up in the church in holiness. I grew up where on Thursdays there was women night, and the sisters would take up the offering, and one of the missionaries and the mothers would come up to the front and talk to the sisters and things like that. Had the young girls Christian lead, the women willing workers committee. You probably went to a church of that nature too. So this what I grew up on. Serious about this. I grew up where I didn't grow up like how a lot of y'all might have grew up. I grew up on some strict, what I'm saying, you know, Reverend Missionary Williams, what I'm saying, serious about this church. As for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord. Yeah, it's serious about this. This how I grew up. So certain principles, certain character, traits that would be shown in one who do take the word of God serious. See, when you take the word serious, when you really serious about the word, I'm talking about taking it for yourself. Like you taking things in yourself and you seeking within yourself on how you can be better, how you can edify, what I'm saying, the most highs more. What is edifying the most highs? We gonna get into it when we talking about this virtuous woman. Because see, your glorification come in your service, your servitude, what you can be able to give. Your glory is in your giving. And your virtue is to be given. And that's where you're supposed to be finding your glory from. That's where you're supposed to be finding your satisfaction from. Your satisfaction takes out the insecurities. When the satisfaction is high, the insecurities is low. Because it's something inside that's being satisfied, that doesn't have to bring certain stresses and turmoils and shortcomings your way because you're taking care of things that you need to take care of to be satisfied and pleased. Satisfied and pleased with God, satisfied and pleased with yourself, your mate, your household, satisfied and pleased with your family. your community. See, I come from, you know, when my grandmother passed down in South Carolina, in her city, in her town that she grew up and raised in, they gave her a day, Flory County Day. We take out this day in honor, you know, of the life that my grandmother lived and the service that she gave to her community, to others. When it was time to, you know, shuck them peas and corn and stuff and get out into that, you know, you gotta shuck it and you gotta clean them collards and turn around and you gotta cook it up and then bag it up and then freeze it and then send it off. Things like this, giving it to people when they was hungry and in need. See, things like this, you know, a woman in her virtue will be blessed. Will be blessed. Will be favored. Will be protected. When bad things and different, you know, trials and tribulations come, guess what? When you was giving your goodness out, when you was making sure that, you know, your value was being invested properly into the right places, into the right people, your environment. Your value match your environment. If your value is like this, you know, you not putting this type of value into this type of environment. That's why you go to certain stores. You go to certain stores and it's certain different items, it's certain different name brands, you know, that they only sell in this type of store because of the because of maybe the luxury, because of the value, because of, you know what I'm saying, what that item actually is worth, you know, is more of this item in this store versus going to another store. You ain't gonna see this type of same quality of wood or fabric or whatever the case may be in Dollar Tree, in Family Dollar and things like, you know, it's gonna be different. That you might get a pillow from this store, but you get a pillow from that store, but you see it's different quality of stitching, you know, and fabric. So you getting, you know, two different. You both is a pillow, but this pillow is more quality than this pillow. So do you take this pillow that you can get from Dollar Tree for $1.25? Do you let that pillow stay right there, and then you go get this other pillow, this high quality pillow, you know, automated, you know, when you lean in that big old melon head in the pillow, it got these automated sensories that form in your head and all this type of stuff, you know, and yeah, you take that over here to the Dollar Tree and you put it beside this $1.25, you know, pillow right here, you know, it ain't gonna look right. It ain't gonna add up. It's in the wrong, you know, environment. You got to put it into that environment where, you know, it's a store that has a better representation. You know, if this store over here has a better representation of customer service, quality products all around, and you got to make sure you put this item into that store because based on its value, you want the environment to match the value. So this what we getting into with the virtuous woman, how, you know, her environment that she has reflects her value. Uh, my grandmothers, great women who give service and aid and help people, make sacrifices. Gonna always be baking a cake, selling some dresses and purses. Gonna always be, you know, sewing something, doing things of service to be able to bring sources of income in. Why? Because her love is in her giving, and she wants to be in that position to where she can be helpful to others, helpful to what she give her belief and time and commitment to her household. So in your virtue is in your is your safe haven. So we're gonna go into these scriptures of Proverbs, and we're gonna go and we're gonna talk about, the virtuous woman. How y'all doing tonight? Like I said, make sure y'all take the time out to like this video. Just like it. Give a quick like, because the likes, as I'm getting more likes, it's going to be able to get into the algorithm to be able to reach more individuals. What I'm talking about is highly needed. I'm a chief on the land. My first order in duty is to myself and to, the truth. And the truth of the matter is that, the matriarchal tribunal structures that our people had from the past, from the past history, is what needs to be instilled right now in today's time. Because they give you this false presence of the matrix. You know how the etymon of the matrix breaks down to the womb. So they're giving this false narrative to where they have this stronghold and control over the energy of our women. That's why we got to talk about virtue. We got to talk about honor, because it's for the man to provide this vision, to provide this sanctuary and this structure of honor for our women to be able to put their virtue into. And I'm going to tell you why so. Because if not, they're going out and they're putting their virtue and their value into these corporations. Uh, They're putting their value and their virtue into these corporations. Huh? Okay, I like that light. I like that light. Okay, yeah. They putting their value into the corporation. And it's the corporation that's out here taking advantage of their virtue. Being punctual, being committed, following directions, teamwork and skills, sticking to the task, getting it done, things like this. These corporations, anytime you're going out, you apply for a job, you go and you make this commitment, you go through orientation, read the handbook, sign the name on the dotted line, you make this commitment to follow by their rules and structure and guidelines. That's for everyone who goes out here and gets a job. This is the norm of what it is to work in America. So everyone has this capability and is doing this and giving their energy and their time to the corporation. And you ask all this money that's being accumulated and made year after year, quarter after quarter. You go in, you do the schedule C for the quarter. I'm giving you information now. I'm giving you information. You do the schedule C for each quarter. You break down and you see what's done come in for that quarter, and you put that into the IRS. But every quarter goes by and they're doing the minutes. They're doing the trust minutes on the money that been received and came in. And let's guess what? This money that's being came in, it's being made by the millions, the multi-millions, by the quarter of what's being made and profited by the corporation. So now what you have is people giving their time and their energy, their value and virtue out to the corporation for the corporation to produce so much money. And where did this money going back to? Where? It's the people who are investing into this corporation to get these products. But it's the corporation who are not investing into the people. you know, because they need them coming back for these products versus them investing into the people to be able to help the people be more self-sustaining. That's not the principles in the structure of value system that we are in. That is the matrix. We have to get back into the womb, the matriarchal structure in order that's here for the land. And as a chief on the land, my duty is to be able to provide the provision, the structure, the blueprint for this to be instilled. And it takes the woman, it takes the virtuous women coming together to see the vision and to be on it, to be put using their hands, their resources, things of their virtue to see that this goes through. It's about nation building. And to build a nation, it says a nation cannot rise no higher than its woman. So we must build the virtue up of the woman to raise up a nation. This is not about man versus woman, woman versus man. Because I am a man and because I hold the science, this sacred, precious science. Boy, why, man, I'm telling you, boy, hey, listen, with this game I got, man, I'll be my precious. This is precious to me, you know? This is precious to me. This is something sacred to have and hold and to be able to be granted the opportunity to be ordained, to be able to convey and spread this information. You know, I do it with gratitude and I do it justly. Justly, I do it with love. So yeah, that's what we talking about. We talking about being able to come in and lay down this matriarchal structure in order that needs to be present on the land. So now that I done talked a little bit and went into, my back history information, on into, the mothers and the grandmothers and the aunts and the women's and listen, on both sides of my family, all the women, the aunts, everyone married, holding down homes, like everything is very well structured of meek and humble people. So this is what I'm raised up on. This is what I've been introduced on. It was already like that before I even came. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all put that. Make sure y'all put that good water, that good tea. It's that mac and stack and fruit snack and ain't no lacking in my game. Like I said, we about to get down into it, especially into the fruit snacking part. We gonna get round into it because this the age that we living in right now. We going into the scriptures. I'm going into the scriptures of what was in that time then, but it's under the same principles because we still have a structure of woman and child and community and village that has to be, taken care of and still require clothing, shower, water, food, shelter, things. These things are still required. So this does not change. And because this does not change, it says, I change if not, then the wisdom of then does not change. The wisdom that was then good for then is good for now. But the understanding of it, it's the understanding that you must have to be able to decipher the wisdom, to be able to use the wisdom. So now that I'm giving you understanding, you got knowledge, you know. It's books out here. It's things out here that you can go and sit down and learn and read. You can go purchase a book that will give you the steps from 1 to 20, step by step, on what you need to do. We're in that time where knowledge is plentiful. But to have the understanding is what you need because the knowledge is only good for when you apply it properly. when you apply it with love, when you apply it with sound understanding of truth. You have to understand what truth is. And I'm giving you the truth and I'm breaking it down so you can be able to relate to the truth in today's time, in the present times. See, Proverbs 31, this was written by Solomon. Solomon builds the temple. We talking about Proverbs, so we talking about, you know, Solomon in this building of the temple. You have to understand that the reason Solomon had great wisdom of the feminine, he had the wisdom of the feminine nature. He had the womb wisdom. He had the wisdom to build the temple. The temple is the womb. The temple that you're building is the Christ's presence in the feminine nature. You have to build this up. Yeah, make sure y'all liking this video. Make sure y'all liking and sharing this video. You have to build this nature up, this spirit within the feminine. You have to build and nurture this because through this portal, through this physical and this spiritual portal, you have souls coming through. And you understand the feminine nature to know of the matriarchal principles of woman and child, of this connection and bond between woman, between child, but how they nurture, how they teach the first presence of God in that child life, and you understand the importance of that. So because you have an important understanding of this, because you see the value in this, you structure life, community, you structure business, economics around these principles because it's these principles that's going to uphold the value. It's the honor provided that's going to uphold and confirm this value, validate this value. See, the virtuous woman needs validation by an honorable man. That's why we coming in. That's why I'm giving this information. That's why it's very important for young men with the young man's doctrine. Make sure y'all are getting into these calls with the young man's doctrine that I'm doing. Make sure you're getting into them calls because now you're understanding what your position is. The position you have to be in to be able to give this validation to the virtuous woman. Who can find a virtuous woman because her price is far more than rubies, far more than rubies, far more than just just material gain and money. Her value is so much more than that. It's so much greater than that. So because her value is so much greater and bigger than the rubies, the gold, the silver, the cash money, because her value is so much greater than that, it shouldn't be nothing for her to produce something that her price is far more higher than. That's like saying your value is worth $1 million. If your value is worth $1 million, it shouldn't be nothing to produce $100,000. You get what I'm saying? If your value is so like this, it shouldn't be hard or nothing to be able to produce things that's under it. Because you have this dominion and you're over this. Your price is it says your price, her price is far above rubies. That means it's a price on her. That means it's something to measure her up with. It says price. Price denotes to value, to worth. What is your worth? Your worthiness. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Yeah, you know when things spoil, let's talk about it. Let's talk about when things spoil. Mm, that's it good. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he have no need of spoil. That means he not worried about no random upsets. He not worried about not being good no more. You ain't gotta worry about it going bad. Spoil means something that went bad. He don't gotta worry about she going bad. Her goodness is everlasting. He don't have to worry about, oh, all of a sudden she just up and wanted a divorce or something. She done switched up. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, she used to be a good girl. But, when that Megan Thee Stallion came out and, now she out here, she out here, she out here wanna, shake a little something to a big old freak and, bougie, sassy, classic, what? Where this come from? Where this come from? She don't spoil. She don't switch up. She ain't getting around her homegirls, her cousins and stuff, and being in the wrong environment. So now she getting a wrong impression on what a man is and thinking, she gotta change something up, and now shit, getting gossiping and bad information going through her ears, and now she being spoiled. She ain't good no more. Her husband, her man ain't got to worry about that. Her man ain't got to be worried about, who she uh commingling with, who she fraternizing and hanging around with. That's gonna cause her to, become spoiled, lose her value and her virtue. Says she will do him good and not evil in all the days of her life. Come on. Let's talk about it. We talking about in today's time. We not talking about back then. We talking about right now. Doing things that's not gonna bring this man down and talk evil on this man, put this man down, disrespect this man to where is now you're more displeasing than pleasing to this man. She will seek wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hand. Wool, wool and flax, talking about using her hands. See, we not in them times. We not in them times when, yeah, you just gotta, go to Walmart and go to the store, and go to Kohl's and shop. Get your shop on, get your clothes, get what you. We not in them times. Them times then, you know, that was different. We not in them times when you ain't gotta, uh, when you ain't gotta do all that. Gotta sit there and wool your shirt and knit your shirt and make a jacket to stay warm. That requires time. You don't got time to be caught up into this other foolishness out here, these distractions, because you're doing something using your hands. Your hands ain't just to sit up on the phone and scroll and scroll. Nah, you making use of your hands. You putting your hands to goodness. Someone's gonna be warm because of you when it's cold outside. Say when it's cold outside. Who are you holding? Yeah, she is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. What? Do you understand what the merchant ships are? Merchant ships, they travel across the lands. She's being compared to ships that travel the seas. That means she bringing her food from afar. That means she will travel to get what she need, to do what she need to do. That means however means she had to get to her destination, whether she had to ride a horse, whether she had to walk. We not talking about in them times of having cars. Do you understand what I'm saying? We talk about a virtuous woman with some real virtue, where some real sacrifice had to be made. She got to be in shape. She got to be in shape. There's no time to be fat and lazy. She said she bringing her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night. That means when everybody else sleep, when everybody ain't got no worries, she up taking care of things so that everybody can sleep comfortably and peacefully with no worries. She's tending to something. That means late at night when it's time to just chill and have fun and sit back. No, no, you putting your time into something that matters. That's gonna be able to help somebody. That's gonna be able to be able to make someone else's life more feasible and comfortable. Says she rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. That means on a late night, when it's late at night, that means you can still go up in that pantry and it's gonna be some food in there to get. It's gonna be enough food to get to where, you know, everybody can be able to share some. Don't you know what type of good feeling it is to be able to go into the kitchen and get you a little snack, get you a little something to bite on? See, that's things to accommodate that a virtuous woman brings. But because we in a society where it's so easy, the virtue and the value has been minimized because you don't have to hold yourself to a standard and level of where you gotta do these certain things, where you gotta start up a stove with a wooden stove with some fire to get heated just to make a little something for the night for your household. She considereth a field and she buyeth it. She considereth the field and she buyeth it. You need to go and you need to read it for yourself. Proverbs 31, the virtuous woman. You need to read it for yourself. You need to get this own understanding, you know, of what's being conveyed and said. Yeah. She considered the field and she buyeth it. That means she go out and she look for some land and she consider it. Do you not know what consider means? To consider means to negotiate. When you giving your consideration, you know what I'm saying? You showing your consideration. That go look it up in the UCC definitions. You in a negotiation where you're when you're giving your conditional acceptance, you're giving your conditions and your stipulations. You're in negotiation. That means she know how to go out here and she know how to talk. She know how to negotiate. She know how to reason. And she buyeth it. That means she got the funds to make this happen. That mean, a virtuous woman in today's time is going out here obtaining land, obtaining property. She findeth land. She go out here and she can go to the bank. She can go to the bank and say, I want to take out a loan or this match or whatever. So I can be able to purchase this land and this home, and I can be able to what? With the fruit of her hands, she planted the vineyard. So she can go out there and do something on that land. So she can produce something on that land. You know, this is what the mindset has to be for our women to be able to uplift this nation that we live in, to uplift these communities and these hoods and these villages in this society, wherever you may be. This is what has to be done to uplift that the state of and presence that's going on in that area. This is what has to get done. These are the things that have to, transpire to be able to get to the level that we know we truly need to be and can be at. It says, with the fruit of her hands, she planted a vineyard. That means her hands, the fruits of her hands. She know how to sow something and bear it. She know how to sow something, put something in it, and bear it and manifest it. She know how to bring something into fruition. A vineyard takes patience, so she got the patience to be able to grow something, and she got the patience to be able to produce something and watch it, you know, yield on the land. She girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. Come on, man. Like I was saying when I was just talking about being in shape. She not her body not sloppy and stuff. She said it said it girded her loins, she girded her loins with strength. That mean her torso. This area right here. This see see, this is why you gotta have the science of this stuff. Because the woman, her biggest strength is in her hip torso region, like from the hamstring to the hip and her torso. That's where she's strong at, cause that's where she pushed that baby out at. So that's what her strength is. So, if she ain't in shape and taking care of doing them squats, doing that torso workout and keeping that stomach, where her girdle goes, where the girdle goes, if she not focused on keeping that strong, you know what I'm saying, she not gonna be able to tend to the vineyard. She not gonna be able to, what it say, bringeth her food from afar. She ain't gonna be in shape. She ain't gonna have the strength to be able to do these things. So she tends to these things, and she strengtheneth her arms. See, a woman not really strong in her arms. Men are more stronger in their upper body because they lifting stuff. They exerting that energy right there. You know what I'm saying? So she has to be able to, for her to be able to know that she has to perform these things. She said it strengtheneth her arms. Strengthen it. If you look at the word, this means that she increases her strength in her arms. That means she puts time into her arms to make sure that her arms is strong, to hold them babies, to do whatever she need to do, to be able to multitask, hold that baby with one arm and make that food with the other arm and hold them groceries or whatever it is need to be done. She able to do it because she's strong. She got some strength in her. Her virtue is high. She might be a woman, weaker to a man, but that don't mean that she not working out to make sure that she's strong to where she can hold her own. That's what virtue is. So yeah, she in the gym, she doing things, she making sure she can be able to be at her best strength to be able to do whatever she need to do in her vine, in her yard, in her vineyard, on her land, in her household. She perceives that her merchandise is good. She perceiveth her perception. She's been given the perception that her merchandise is good. Now, how can she perceive that her merchandise is good? How do you know that her merchandise is good? How do you know that your merchandise is good? If you got a business and you know you in business got inventory, how do you know that your merchandise is good? From the feedback from your customers and clientele, from returning customers that come back and get more and shop with you more and give you feedback. So you have this valid perception that your merchandise is good. You got some receipts. Literally, you got literal receipts that you can pull out of people coming and getting your merchandise. So she said she perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. So we talk about the candle not going out by night because, you know, you see that? Boom, light go out. Light go out just like that. Light go out, light go on. We didn't have this luxury that we have now to where you can just flick the light on and flick the light off. You got to be able to maintain your oil to light that candle to have some light. So, you know, we talk about, you know, the virtuous woman. You talk about the story of the bridegroom, you know, and the women with the oil. Give me all in my cup, keep me running, running, running. Give me all in my lamp. I pray, hallelujah. Give me all in my lamp, keep me running, coming, coming, keep me coming to the break of day. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Boom. I tell you, I was raised different, you know what I'm saying? Raised up singing songs like that. Nah, yeah, give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. Her oil is filled by night. It don't even go out by night. That means every night she got see, this just showing her wealth, her value, because she do things, because she able to make her sales with her goods and services that she offer. She don't gotta worry about her light, her lamp going out no nights. Her candle going not out by night. That means she got electricity. That means she paying her bills. See, we gonna really get down into what a virtuous woman is in these times. Now, you might not want to agree with how I'm breaking it down, but we coming straight out of the God's word. And I'm giving you the understanding of the living word of today. It says she perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. That means her bill is paid. That electric bill to make them lights stay on at night, they not getting cut off. They own because they covered. This is the understanding. This is the wisdom of the virtuous woman. She does what she has to be able to cover what she needs to cover in her household. So she not out here looking for dates, worried about what a man gonna come in and pay her bills and cover her bills for her. That's not what she's focused and worried about. She's focused on is who gonna purchase these goods that I got to offer. I'm gonna make sure my oil is filled at night to make sure my candle don't cut off at night. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing that. But who gonna purchase these goods? So now she gotta do things. She gotta separate herself, and she gotta position herself for her character to be displayed, for her her skills to be represented. She gotta build some rapport so that she can be able to have good standing amongst others, that she can get these goods and services sold to make sure that she taking care of her household. We're talking about the virtuous woman who value is far greater than rubies. So because her value is far greater than rubies, far greater than the money, because she brings certain value to the table, she ain't even worried about money. She ain't got to worry about it. She just got to worry about her virtue and how she's giving her virtue out. And that is where her safe haven comes from. That is where her protection can come from. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. That means she making stuff. She's making something. She's creating something. She's sowing something. She stretches out her hands to the poor. Yeah, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. A lot of these sisters are coming out here acting like the victimized charity. They want to receive, they want. They want to get it. They want to receive it. How many women really come out here in today's time and have the nature and the spirit to give? We're in a time where women on average spend how much in beautician, cosmetics? I'm not here to shun and shame it. I'm just saying how much money on a consistent basis goes into beauty itself, from hair, makeup, lashes, nails, clothing, perfumes, all these things. It's so much money that is being invested into this. But of all those women that invest all that money into this category of these products and stuff, how many of them women are going out here with the spirit to be able to give? Because they got the money. They'll walk in and out of the store and see homeless people all around. They'll go right to the store, to this location, wherever they go, and they'll see people in need right there. But how many are really taking it upon themselves? We not talking about giving to the church. It didn't say nothing about giving to the church. It said lay her hands on. It said she strengthened her hand to the poor. She stretched out her hand. She give aid. That means whatever she got to give, she stretched her hand out. It didn't say if she had money. It didn't say what she gave. It said reach it out for her hands to the need. It said if somebody needs something, she got it. See, I came up on mothers and grandmothers who had big old purses. A purse, it ain't had nothing to do with it's a Gucci bag or a Birkin bag. It ain't got nothing to do with what the bag is. It's about what's in the bag. I come up under mothers who they go into that purse, they can hand whatever they need, whatever you need, they got in that purse. Whatever they need, they can go and they can go into that person, find what you need in that person, give it to you. It wasn't about, having a Louis Vuitton Coach bag. It's about having that purse that got the resources and things in it to help and give somebody when they need it. So this is what it's about when it comes to the virtuous woman, the modern day virtuous woman, the woman of today, where her virtue has to be. Where her virtue has to be. How do you display this? But we coming up on an hour. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to end this. We're gonna do a part two because we still got quite some more scriptures to get through. We're really breaking this down. We're gonna end it. We're gonna do another part two. I'm gonna let the people like this, share this, get this out to others. If I can get, listen, the quicker I can get 1,000 likes on this video, you know what I'm saying? Put 1,000 likes up on this video. Get this video out to get 1,000 likes. Get this video out to get, you know what I'm saying, a couple thousand views. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about, being seen. I'm worried about this game being heard. Hear me out. I'm not worried about being seen. I'm worried about this game being heard. It's that Mac and stacking fruit snacking. Ain't no lacking in my game. You know what I'm saying? Peace and power to all. This is, you know what I'm saying, that king talking, soldier walking, showing how to talk like the king and walk like the soldier. Peace and power.